Welcome to the Lakeshow podcast, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Play responsibly. You must be 18 years or older. Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Allie, Clifton, Chris McGee, Mike Bresnahan, and a very special guest.
Brez's dad.
Here.
My dad. I love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad.
My dad's in town. He's going on a big cruise to Mexico tomorrow, so he came out a day early to hang with us in studio here.
I want to go on the cruise.
Right?
He's a legend, Brez's dad, too.
Yes, he is.
Dr. Bresnahan.
I was going to
Bresnahan.
say, he gets a lot of airtime when he's not even
does.
here.
I refer to him a lot, don't I?
You know,
you have room in your
how
suitcase?
often someone we bring up something and Brez goes, "I'm not a doctor, but my dad is."
My
He's just
dad
very proud
is.
of it. You know.
The hilarious
So I
part-
basically am.
Yeah.
The hilarious part is, what are basketball injuries? Ankle, knee, shoulder,
Yeah.
sciatica this past off season. My dad's a cardiologist.
Yeah.
Never, I think only once in my 22 years around this team has a Laker player ever had a heart ailment.
Yeah.
Roni Turioff back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I still like to pretend my dad's just a jack of all trades. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that still qualifies you.
It does. You know, the heart's
Yeah.
not far from the knee and the
Yeah,
ankle.
yeah.
Right?
Well, without the heart, you don't really worry about the knee
Yeah.
and the ankle and the sciatica
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you know.
Heart, brain, lungs.
You need
That's-
heart to play sports, Brez.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Explains where your big heart comes from.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you, Dad.
Yeah.
What a nice thing you just said to Brez.
That was really nice.
Sweet.
Can we
meant
hug?
it, too.
That was really sweet.
That's cool.
I'm going to get emotional.
It's an awesome
Are you
moment.
serious? Just kidding. All right. Should we, speaking of heartache,
Ugh.
Yeah.
let's get into it. The Lakers fell to the Clippers last night after being down 26 in the third quarter. They cut the deficit to 2, but they were unable to overcome their slow start in the second quarter. What were some of your guys' takeaways? What stood out to you, Brez?
I mean, I felt like Denver all over again. 2 nights earlier, you know, the Lakers are down a lot, playing poor defense in the first half. And then it starts to snap in the second half, like playing much better defense. Good things might happen, but the Lakers just couldn't quite get over that hump, Geet. And you know, Allie, we went 32 minutes in the A block on the postgame show last night.
What were we talking about?
We had a lot to say, you know.
We had some real conversations because, you know, we got out of the JJ sound.
Yeah. Oh, okay. JJ was in. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so we talked a lot about that and
Yeah.
about this the game. Yeah, we had a long block there.
Yeah. I mean,
Real talk.
My takeaway is they really missed Austin Reeves in a game like that last night. If you have his 27 points a game, whatever it is these days, you win that game. You just do. And also the physicality of the Clippers was ridiculous. I mean, Ivica Zubac, he almost had a 20-20 night. He had 10 offensive rebounds, almost double what the Lakers had the entire team.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, DeAndre Ayton did not play his best game. You know, he had the eye injury. And we talked about that for a while, too, about, you know, how James Worthy, our resident goggles expert, he said, you know, it takes a while to get adjusted to it, and maybe the lighting's different. He only had 4 points in a pretty inefficient 24 minutes, 21 minutes. So the Clippers definitely won the battle in the post. That's for certain.
The Lakers being 11-9 without Austin Reeves this year, it feels like it's not a winning record. to be
I believe it's
honest
7-7 in the last 14, right, since Christmas.
Overall.
with you. In this
Since
stretch.
Christmas, yeah, in this stretch.
Yeah.
And he's doing
Definitely
3-on-3, so he's getting closer. Hopefully by the end of this 6-game trip.
He's missed a lot of games.
Yeah, they need him, obviously.
I think for me, my takeaways, pretty disappointing,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. You're coming off 2 really good wins. The Toronto win at home,
Uh-huh.
and then the way you fought back in that Denver game and stayed in it, didn't let it get away. Coming into a Clipper game, you know it's going to be a lot of hype. Clippers playing good basketball. You're pretty healthy outside of Austin Reeves. Kawhi's playing. So on one hand, it was a great game. It ended up being a great game. It wasn't for a lot of it. It was entertaining and exciting. And even Dwayne Wade and Candace at the end on the broadcast were like, that's a fun game.
Yeah. Fourth quarter was
Because it
amazing.
ended up being great. And it got chippy, and the crowd for both sides was into it. So on that regard, it ended up being a pretty good game. It's disappointing, though, if you're a Laker fan, because like the effort and the execution were not there for 2.5 quarters. And I think that's disappointing going into that game. I've talked about this in the postgame show. I'll probably talk about it on the Access show. But that moment, those moments between second and third quarter, halfway, zero offensive flow.
Spirit.
Zero spirit.
D-Wade
And he
called it.
talked about that on the broadcast.
Yeah.
He said they look like they have broken spirit. And Candace kind of jumped in and talked about, well, during an NBA season, this happens and everything. So, I think Dwayne Wade was kind of referring to, the last week and things that are out in the media. Candace is like, listen, that's going to be every single Laker year. So it is what it is. They just didn't have any fire. They just didn't execute. And it was just more like one bad shot after another, barely get back. And Clippers just kind of took it to them. Now, them coming back was awesome. They went on a 38-14 run. But the other thing, the takeaway for me is when it came down the stretch, the Lakers had chances. And they just didn't deliver. And the Clippers did. That's winning and losing in sports, right? It goes back to the whole Al Pacino game of inches, right? Any given Sunday. I mean, it's just true in sports. We can break that game down on a lot of levels. But a lot of times in sports, you take the last few minutes. In the last few minutes of that game, last 5 minutes of that game, we had open looks. We didn't knock him down.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi misses. We had a chance for a steal. Don't get it.
That was
Kawhi
tough.
misses.
Yep.
I mean, we're there. We're down 3 at the time, 2 at a time. Fouled Zoo. He hits both. It's just possessions like that. James Harden hits a tough 3.
And why was Zubats fouled? He was about to get his 11th offensive rebound.
John Collins gets fouled.
What was the stat? How long did they go without a bucket?
So it was 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
Okay.
From that moment on until under the 8-minute mark, around the 7-minute mark when they fell down by 26, they only scored 9 points in that span. It's almost a full quarter of basketball.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that right there is going to, again, I'm just going to belabor this a little bit longer. Austin Reeves is going to be like a little midseason injection of life when he comes back. He's doing 3-on-3. I assume he'll be back by the 4th game of the 6-game trip. I don't have any insider intel. Just, once you start doing 3-on-3, it's a pretty good, the runway's getting shorter. So I feel like they need him for junctures like that, Geet, where the offense just doesn't look good.
Of course. And listen, I think the flip side of this also, if you want to take a positive away, is they had me believing, actually funny, Stu and I talked about this in after the postgame show yesterday before we were leaving. I actually thought they were going to win the game. When they got down to 3-2.
I think we both did.
I believed because they have had that ability this year. Mm-hmm. And in those close games, they've been really good.
Really good.
And I just believe they had me believing that they were going to win that game. So, the fact that they can pull that off, they're down 26 on the road against Clippers, a good Clipper team.
Yeah.
That's playing really good basketball. Came back to cut it to 2.
You weren't down as much versus Denver on Tuesday, but it felt very much the same scenario. Yeah.
The Denver game, you talking about the one where they hit the half-court shot?
Yeah.
60-footer.
You weren't down as much as 26.
I'm telling you, that felt like it.
Yeah.
Didn't that feel like that was going to go to 25?
Oh,
it was only 14.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that first half ended, I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
And you're right. They completely switched it.
And I do think that there's some truth to what D-Wade was talking about without kind of hiding the facts of everything, the noise, et cetera. But I think there's truth. 2 things can be true to what Candace was saying.
Yeah.
Because you are in the midst. They know it. Despite being in LA, you're in the midst of an 8-game road trip. You're not back at your home court until February 5th. And you're coming back from Denver, a 1-game trip out to Denver and back that took a lot out of you.
Yeah.
So I do think that there's a little bit of both there. But I think there's a difference then in the moments where you come back and then you end up falling short, but you felt like they could get the job done versus when you come back and there's no way we were going to win that.
Yeah.
And so I think that is something, too, to hang on to. And as JJ mentioned in the postgame, there's plenty of things that this team can get better with.
Yes.
And is that the truth? Although with the loss, the Lakers are now 26-17 this season. They're 6th in the West. And they leave LA, as we've been talking about, for this long road trip. They've got 6 more away from Crypto.com straight. They have the 9th toughest remaining strength of schedule in the NBA. You just mentioned expecting a return of Austin Reeves at some point during this trip. What are some of the goals that you guys have for the Lakers here in the second half? Maybe a weakness that you find to be a little bit more glaring that you would kind of like to improve upon.
I mean, they got to win. They've got to win the 3-point battle. They just do. They're not shooting them well, accuracy-wise, and they're allowing teams to pummel them from 3-point range. Kawhi, this newfound. He's like Larry Bird out there. I mean, he's Steph Curry all of a sudden, drilling all these threes all the time. That's not his game, but that's a big reason why he's averaging 28 points a game, which would be a career high if that's how he finishes this season. I mean, it's it's a few points ahead of his career high too. So you got to stop the three, and you got to make more threes. Geet, I feel like a couple years ago, almost every night you would start the post-game show with, well, the Lakers were minus 21 in the three-point department. You know, the Lakers were minus 12 in the three-point department. And then last year, after they got Luka, I feel like that kind of went away. They ended up being top 10 in pretty much the three major categories: threes attempted, threes made, three-point accuracy. But now I have a feeling, unfortunately, you're going to have to start doing some of these three-point analogies, comparisons is probably a better word, when you introduce the fodder for the post game, the stats and everything, and because it's starting to get a little that feeling's kind of creeping back in. I think to the big problem for the Lakers right now.
I think their goals for the second half of the season need to be big picture, stay above the line.
Yep.
Because when you look
100%.
at Phoenix, Minnesota, Golden State, I know Jimmy Butler got hurt, but the Clippers are climbing.
Yeah.
All these factors, those are going to be all the teams that are battling for 5 and
great
6.
call.
Because we basically, and by the way, Houston too. Houston's in that mix. They haven't solidified a top 4 spot. They keep,
We're going to dive into that.
yeah. So you got to look at, the only 3 teams that we know are probably going to be above that line for sure are Denver, OKC, obviously, and San Antonio.
Yep.
Houston, you believe should
Probably
be
the 4.
Minnesota. People are starting to believe should be. So that leaves one spot,
Despite losing 4 straight.
Yeah.
right?
It could be
Despite
Lakers,
losing 4
Clippers.
straight. So that's what I mean. So those other teams that we're battling with, they're all going to be.
Feels a little
So
different.
staying above the line, you have to be 5 or 6.
And I'll argue the
4,
biggest
5
game,
or 6. Sorry.
Yeah, and based on that rationale, I will argue the biggest game the rest of the way is going to be Lakers Clippers, because right now Clippers are up 2-1 in the season series. If they tie for 6, think about this scenario. If they tie for 5th or 6th, Clippers get the advantage. So what if they tie for 6th and someone's got to drop down to 7 into that play-in? You don't want to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I mean, it
that's-
helped
that's
them
a big
last
game
year.
for
You're
them.
right. So, and also, like, I think the second part of that question was, what are the weaknesses?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty much talked about all the time.
Yeah.
Brez hit on it. I mean, I feel like you're 43 games in. You know what your weaknesses have been.
Yep.
Obviously, staying healthy has been a hard thing for them to do. That's just who they are this year. They haven't been able to. I'm not going to call it a weakness, but it's a big part of it. Your defensive efficiency is 26th in the league, and your three-point shooting is 26th in the league. Those are your weaknesses right there. I mean, because 43 games in, that's truth, because those numbers are what they are, right?
Yep.
Doesn't mean you can't turn it around and you can't be great certain times. You have 26 wins, so they've played well enough to win 26 times, right? But the weaknesses are those two.
When you kind of think about, we were just slowly unwrapping this, okay? So you think about the opponents in the West, and you think about coming into the season, how loaded and crazy the Wild Wild West looked, right? Now with Jimmy out for the season for the Warriors, the Mavericks are rumored to be without AD because of what Rich Paul has requested before the deadline. The Wolves have lost now 4 straight. Nikola Jokic has been out for the Nuggets since late December. And the Rockets, they're 5-5 in their last 10. They got to find a way to start stringing some wins together.
Yep.
Before the season, the West looked different. At this point, though, do you think, I don't want to say easier, but essentially, does the path to get into that top 6 feel different, look different? It's more wide open. It just is.
It is
Yeah.
more wide open for sure.
In
I
a
mean,
sense.
there are 3 teams, like we said, that we know will be above that line. You know San Antonio, OKC, and Denver are the best 3 teams. They just are. They're going to me.
Yeah, potential to get it
'Cause
top
Jokic is
4,
coming
though,
back.
for a...
So, yeah, their potential to get to that 4 spot, every one of those teams that you named. I mean, by the way, Phoenix is playing really good basketball.
I know.
So
and they just got back Jalen Green.
all of those teams that we named all have potential to get a 4, 5, 6 spot. So, yeah, it is wide open.
Yeah.
Like if you listen, the Lakers put themselves in this position because they started the year great. They're playing great basketball. So if you get back to that,
Yep.
you're going to be 4, 5, or 6.
And if Austin Reeves comes back sooner than later,
Yeah.
I think it'll happen. Trade deadline's less than 2 weeks away, and I'm kind of excited about that because I've been saying all year, is Houston going to get a point guard? What are they going to do? What are the Lakers going to do? I think the next few weeks will be important for roster maneuvering, and then you got the veterans buyout as well. But I just feel like I think the Clippers are going to keep climbing. Thankfully, they were 6-21. Thankfully for the Lakers,
They're
obviously.
already back though.
Yeah.
20 and 24. They're right. They're
Clippers?
It's unbelievable.
There was a time when they were, sorry, side note, that you looked at their record because it was right before this whole shift happened, right? They were 6-21.
Yeah, December 20th
If
when they
you
played Lakers.
thought going on a 10-game winning streak, which is absolutely wild
Yeah.
to do in today's game, you're not even close to 500.
I know.
And
here they are.
now, here they are.
When you win 14-17 and you watch the rest of the league kind of slip and get back into the
get hurt.
norm and get, it's wild what it can do. They're right back in it for the
And
whole
they
last
look
part of
good.
the year. Half the season left. I
And
know.
apparently Kawhi getting healthy.
That helps.
And Harden's played 41 games. He's usually the guy playing 58 games.
Yeah.
He's healthy, looking good. Period. That's a scary team. I do think the Lakers pass the Suns, but they have to keep Minnesota and the Clippers behind them.
Yeah.
And that way the Lakers could finish 5th in the West probably, you know.
JJ touched on it last night, and you just kind of brought it up again. Just kind of a reminder. Man, it is a weird time. You got the dog days pinned up against NBA trade deadline.
Yep.
You think that's weighing heavy? Think that's a real thing?
Well, it always is. I mean, I did a deep dive into their contract status on the team last night. They got 14 guys right now. 8 of them
Ooh.
are going to be either free agents or have player options to become free agents. So it's
How many?
8.
It's a lot.
It's a big number.
It's a lot.
That is a giant number.
How many are rotation guys?
Almost all of them. You know, the 6 guys. Put it this way: the 6 guys they have under contract. You got Luka. You've got LaRavia for another year, and then there's one other Vanderbilt. He's only halfway through his 4-year extension, and then 3 guys at the end of the bench. You know, Bronny, Dalton Connect, and Adu. So, you know, that's the only 6 guys they have under contract where they control those guys. Now, you know, Austin Reeves is still under contract next season. He's going to opt out, obviously. Ayton and Smart probably going to opt out of their second-year options with the team and become free agents. So, yeah, when you have more than half the team looking at potentially their last handful of months with the Lakers, it can mess with you for sure. You know, that's a tough room to corral, so to speak.
It's always awesome in a post-game show when a coach can give you real talk and honest, and JJ does that actually more than most
Yeah, he's great.
coaches,
He's great.
where it allows your show to then go, like it did for us last night, and have a good conversation and a meaningful one and fun for all of us to be a part of that. Like JJ's talk last night comes from a place of experience. He's been a player in this league. He's been a part of this league. He's now a coach in this league. Those are human feelings that guys have that fans sometimes overlook or don't care about. But the truth is, everybody looks out for themselves. Everybody at the end of the day wants to do what's best for who? Them and their family, right?
Yep.
So, human nature, when you're in a contract year or the trade deadline's coming and you have no security, you can still be a great teammate. You can still do what's best for everyone on your team. But when there's moments where you're going to have doubt or it could get into, as he said, it can get into your head. It can look like there are selfish moments because maybe you're thinking, maybe I got to start getting more shots. Whatever it is. And I don't think the Lakers are a selfish team by any means.
No.
But I appreciated what he said because that is real. That is the roster, and that is real. And until you get past that deadline, and then guys still don't know where they're going to be in the future. So, you know, but I love what you said last night. Win, and it takes care of everything.
Yes.
And that is at the end of the day true, and that's what they have to sell.
And how do you win? You pass more often because JJ was nitpicking that last night.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, had a lot of non-passers last night.
Yeah.
And then he brought up the fact that, you know, a lot of the guys are maybe not here next season because they're in the last years of the contracts. And you have the much more immediate deadline of the trade deadline 13 days from today.
Man, I would have loved to get half the show done in over half the show
it
in
was
the A block.
we were on a roll.
We're taking a quick break. When we return, we'll play a round of bucket or brick. Hoops fans, Morongo Casino Resort and Spa is a great place to catch all the action.
They've got great bars with incredible beers and cocktails.
Fantastic food, too, from snacks to seafood to steaks.
And big screens everywhere showing all the big games.
Endless slots and table games. I never want to leave.
Don't forget the great deals at Desert Hills Premium Outlets. Can't wait to show you what I got.
That's why I love Morongo.
A slam dunk of good times every time.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa is a California licensed gambling facility. You must be 18 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome back to the Lakeshow podcast. If you're enjoying the show, you can check out more original podcasts from our Spectrum News journalists on the Spectrum News app. Just head to the podcast section to listen to the latest episodes. You can download the Spectrum News app on the App Store or Google Play. It's time for a round of Bucket or Brick, presented by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Play responsibly. You must be 18 years or older. I think you both are. So you get to play this game.
I have a fake ID.
You have a fake ID?
Yes.
I got a fake ID, though. Do you know that song?
No.
Happy Friday.
Wait,
Sorry.
you know pop culture and we don't? This is amazing.
I do.
Congrats.
I got to celebrate those moments.
Yeah, we need
All right, we're diving in. JJ said that Austin Reeves will return before the end of this road trip. Bucket or Brick, Austin will return before the end of the month. That would mean the next 4 games before February. You got the Mavericks, the Bulls, the Cavs, and the Wizards on January 30th.
You know, seeing at the Wizards is the 4th game, he could probably skip that. Actually, I'm going to bucket this. He comes back for that game. It's the Wizards. He plays, 19 minutes, 20 minutes, and helps them win fairly easily against a completely rudderless team right now.
I love it.
I'm going to say bucket also. Excuse me. That's the game I have him coming back.
Is that right?
As well. You get in that 20 minutes, and then you're ready for the next game.
Yeah.
The Wizards got it.
We now have a game. Allie, we made a New Year's resolution to watch more movies. Remember you did? Okay.
I did.
How's that going? Not great. Okay.
It's not. I just watched the Blues Brothers.
Okay, well, here we
once
go.
a month. Oh, God.
Yes, it's a pop quiz.
What's
Andrew's
the
producing.
genre?
Andrew's producing, so we're going to play our favorite game, the Allie game. This week, the Oscar nominations were released, so that will be your topic.
You guys are way too ready.
First question. This movie, directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Michael B. Jordan, set a record.
Sinners.
Sinners.
Wow.
How do I say that name? Ryan what?
Coogler.
Coogler, thank you.
I'm taken aback. 1 for 1.
He just told me I had to wait
Timothy
for you to finish.
Chalamet became the youngest actor with 3 Best Actor nominations. He beat out this actor who's best known for The Godfather and On the Waterfront. Who is this actor on the screen, Allie?
I went to school with his daughter in high school.
The most famous actor in the history of
Give
the
me
world.
initials.
MB.
It is not Mike Bresnahan.
Oh, MB?
Yep.
Give me the second letter.
Last name is Brando.
Never heard of him.
Marlon Brando, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a real name?
Brett just
Even
left the
Brez's
building, and
dad's
Brez's dad
laughing
is
at
like
me.
absolutely fell off his chair.
Never even
Leonardo
heard of him.
DiCaprio
Yes.
has now starred in
Saw
12
him at the game
Best
last week.
Picture nominated movies. Name any of these 12.
This one just came out.
Yeah, I actually went and saw this.
It's
This
great.
is good.
Yeah, I know it. I just saw it.
One bad off another. I'll give that one to you.
Yeah, I just
okay, what
saw
about
it,
some
yeah.
other ones? Go.
Titanic.
Yes.
What else is he in? What's the?
No.
Yes, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not leaving.
What's another one? I don't know. I have to tell you. I don't know what he started. I only know Titanic.
The Departed.
Nope, never seen it.
Django Unchained.
Never saw it.
The one he won for?
Legends of the Fall?
No, he didn't know. He wasn't in Legends of the Fall.
He wasn't?
Revenant is what he won for.
Okay.
Right?
Never
Did he
saw
win
it.
best?
Brad
Did he
Pitt,
win
my mistake.
best actor for that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Nope. Never saw
Killers
it.
of the Flower Moon.
Nope.
Gangs of New York. The
Nope.
Aviator. Okay, forget. You're
I
out.
think I've seen almost all those.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Plus, I've seen Legends of the Fall, unfortunately.
Those 12 Best Picture nominations for DiCaprio ties this actor who starred alongside in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Liam Neeson.
What did you
were
just say?
So confident,
I am
too.
100% being on. I am quitting.
That looks so much
If
like
you
him.
say that's Liam Neeson, I think I'm gonna have to
What?
leave.
Maybe the monitor's a little too
Hang
far.
Like
on,
I
hang
am
on,
not
show me.
freaking kidding anymore. Like there's show a little respect. There's no way you think that's Liam Neeson.
At first glance, what's initials? What is this movie?
RD.
Robert De Niro.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. You're back.
Dude, I'm sweating. That made me angry.
Guys,
I apologize.
That low key
By
looked
the
like
way,
Liam Neeson.
I apologize for getting mad. That was.
Were you mad?
Yes, I was like upset you didn't know
That's
that.
a you problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't know Robert De Niro.
How do I say her last name, guys? That's right. Cynthia Erivo
Cynthia Erivo.
did not receive a nomination for Wicked for Good. So she will have to wait another year to join the exclusive club of EGOT winners. You know what an EGOT is?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
What's an EGOT? Think about it. It involves singing, acting, award shows. If you got an EGOT or you're up for an EGOT, what are you getting nominated in?
It's an acronym.
It's an acronym. Thank you, Brez, for jumping in. My writer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
EGOT.
What is E
EGOT.
stand
What's
for?
with the E's? Like,
What does
what's
G
the A?
stand for?
TV,
Entertainment.
movie.
You have an E in your collection. You have
Oh, an
probably-
Emmy.
Emmy.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
What's G?
And then when you sing for, we're on this kind of a trip. This a road trip is because of the.
the blank trip.
It's a blank trip. Lakers on a blank trip. 'Cause
Road trip.
No, you are angry. I am angry. There, it's a music is being played.
Grammy.
So you,
Grammy, the Grammy
Grammys.
trip.
And then what's this one? The nominations.
Oscars.
Yeah. And then what's the other one when you sing?
Telly.
Tony. Tally.